G'day, my name's Jeff. I'm the trade manager at Ultimate 4-Wheel Drive. We heard that Simon and Miranda were coming to Perth, so we thought we'd organise a bit of a day trip out of Perth to sunny Mundaring, and the weather's certainly turned it on for us today. A little bit chilly, but beautiful day. We've had a number of tricky hill climbs and descents, and even done a bit of damage along the way, as you'll probably see by the footage. But the weather and the tracks really turned it on for us today. We're travelling on what's more commonly around Perth known as the Mundaring Powerline track, but it's actually on Mundaring Hill. We're about 30 k's out of Perth, east of Perth, straight up the Great Eastern Highway, and then we hook a right into Mundaring. We finish up at the end after about 4 hours at West Talbot Road, and then back out into the bitumen again and home. As you can see by the tracks, they're very challenging. They get a lot of traffic because we're so close to Perth, so we get a lot of weekend warriors coming up and having a play. But why wouldn't you? It's such a good, challenging track for those who want to give it a hard go. There's a number of chicken tracks or easier tracks that make your standard vehicle more than capable of coming up here and having a good day. The track has been very, very heavily rutted, and it's certainly tested out our skills today. Nothing that a couple of diff locks can't help with. We turned off the Great Eastern Highway at Sawyers Valley. We're at the eastern end of the track at the moment, and we've travelled probably about 10 k's, and it's taken us about the last 4 or 5 hours to get where we are now, so it is actually quite slow, but you do spend a lot of the time out of the car and watching and guiding everybody else up the tracks. Now, one thing I do have to stress though is that if we want to have this track open for the future, it would be really good if people stayed to the main tracks, didn't deviate off the main tracks and start driving through all the water, any bit of water they see on the side of the road. I'm sure that Western Power are frustrated enough as it is with the condition of the track now, and I think they're being more than tolerant with letting us stay on this track. So please, for those of you that do plan on coming up, there's plenty of challenges here without having to make any new tracks and ruin the environment. And don't forget, we're also very, very close to the Helena catchment, so you don't want to start messing up that, otherwise Water Corp's going to get involved as well.
I'm stuck!
At the beginning of the track, it's recommended that you air down your tyres, not just to make the ride comfortable, because it is a rough track, but it also helps with getting up and down the hills without getting too much wheel spin. The less wheel spin, the better. The more wheel spin that we have, the more ruts we create, and then when it rains, the ruts get bigger and bigger and bigger, and sure, it's fun, but it doesn't do any good to the environment. One more thing as well is whatever you bring into the track, make sure you take it home. There's enough rubbish on the track now without anyone bringing any more in.